10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Champions! Wrexham are promoted! They have their storybook ending!
You can walk through the fire. You can walk through the fire. When it's down to the wire. You can walk through the fire.
Howdy, y'all, and welcome to the Wrexham Texan, episode 41. Coming at you live from Summit, Mississippi. It is a tiny little town in the middle of Mississippi. I'm here with my family for Thanksgiving at my grandmother's house. So if there's a lag, if the resolution isn't great, if it's all blurry, that's why. It's because we are on very, 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 very slow internet out in the country. There are multiple people on the internet as well inside the house. I'm in the van that my wife and I travel in. So apologies for any lack of production value for this episode. If you have any interest in following me and interacting with me online on social media apps, go to Instagram and Twitter. You can find me WXM Texan, Wrexham Texan. You can also please leave a review, leave a rating for this show, because it very much helps get more people to watch it, get more eyes on it, gets me in the algorithm a little bit more. I love talking about our beloved Wrexham team, and would love to continue doing this for years and years and years to come. So go to Apple, go to Spotify, drop a like on if you're watching this on YouTube, comment on it, just interact. I would love to have you on the show if you're interested in coming on the show. If not, comment on it in the comment section, and I'll 100% of the time get back to you, comment, respond, reply, all that good stuff. All right, y'all. Well, after the devastatingly terrible loss to Accrington Stanley last week, where we just had no energy, it was a miserable game, we had a small bounce back in the form of destroying Morecambe 6-0. We got a clean sheet. Mullen got a hat trick. Mendy got a goal. Jones got a goal. They got an own goal, which was basically Andy Cannon. Andy Cannon would have scored that if their guy hadn't punched it in. So overall, I mean, could you ask for anything more from this game? I mean, I just don't think so. It was absolutely phenomenal. Thoroughly enjoyed from minute 5 is when we scored our first goal. Minute 5, I think, and then minute 8. Actually, let's just go straight into the statistics. All right. We have an own goal in minute 5, and then Mullen launched one in the 7th minute. And then Anthony Ford went down in the 35th minute or 33rd minute, something like that. Let's go look at the lineups. What minute did he come off at? Yeah, like I said, the internet's terrible, so loading pages is frustrating. Ford came off in the 27th minute with an injury that didn't look terrible, so hopefully he recovers quickly. At this point, I'm unsure of what the injury was. It could have been a re-aggravation of a previously existing injury, but like I said, unsure. So that brought on Mr. Jacob Mendy, who then in the 35th minute made one of the best plays leading up to, maybe not one of the, I mean, the whole play leading up to him scoring was absolutely fantastic. His defender slid thinking he was about to shoot because he pumped like he was, and then he just kept dribbling a second longer, kicked it straight through every defender, put it just above the goalie's outstretched arms, just underneath the crossbar, hit the top of the net. It was phenomenal. It was a thing of beauty. That left foot of Jacob Mendy, it is stinking great. And yeah, I mean, he's a fellow Jake, so I have to like him. I mean, we have 2 Jakes on the team. him and Jake Bickerstaff. And so I love those two guys a whole bunch, just based purely on name alone. But yeah, let's go over some match statistics, shall we? We destroyed in possession, 61-39. It felt like we did too. It was one of those games where it just felt like there was never any doubt. It kind of was reminiscent of like playing a team in a lower league, maybe Yeoviltown, something like that, earlier this month. It never felt like there was any doubt that we were going to wallop Morecambe. We had the ball the whole game, and it was beautiful. Let's see. Dual success rate, aerial duels, all about even. Interceptions about even. Offsides, we were offsides 3 times. They're offsides once. I thought the reffing was super inconsistent, which we'll talk about here in a second. Corners, they won 7, we won 5. They did nothing with their 7 corners. Our distribution, we murdered them. 200 more passes than them. Long passes about the same. Our passing accuracy was better than them. Our passing accuracy in their half was better than them. About the same amount of crosses, about the same crossing accuracy. We had 6 goals, y'all. 6 goals off 19 shots. 8 of our shots were on target. 5 of our shots were blocked. 11 shots from outside the box. 8 from inside the box. Our shooting accuracy was 42%. Theirs was 14. There's not much more you can say about this game other than it was utter domination. Tackles were about the same. Tackle success rate, they actually won on, probably because we had the ball most of the time. We maintained possession forever. 27 clearances for us, 20 for them. Discipline, 11-10 on fouls, 1-1 on yellows. They absolutely should have had another yellow, which we'll get to in a second. Senior. I just said senior like it's Spanish. They had an own goal in the 5th minute. Mullen scored in the 7th. Mendy in the 35th. Then Mullen, 10 minutes apart in the 67th and 77th minute, followed by a game-ending goal by James Jones in the 96th minute of injury time. 6 minutes of injury time, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, y'all, this is exactly what you want to see after your team just blew it the week before. Last week we mentioned it. Everybody knows it. Players know it. Parkey knows it. Everyone knows we came out with no energy. There was nothing good going on that field. And this week we came back with a vengeance. I believe I had predicted 3-0 with Mullen and Mendy scoring and Palmer scoring, I believe was my prediction. Either Mullen and Mendy or Mullen or Mendy. I can't remember. But I got the Mullen and the Mendy part right, and didn't get the 3-0 part right, and didn't get the Palmer part right. Although Palmer came very close. He almost put one in the back of the net a couple times. Had a great assist to Mullen. So he did his part today. He helped bring home that victory. I thought the reffing was super inconsistent and mediocre. I thought that James Jones was it Jones or Cannon that got that yellow card? Let me go back and look. Apologies. Cannon. It was Cannon who got the yellow card in the 19th minute, basically just not really going for the ball behind an attacking player on theirs that was making a break. And then like 10 minutes later, they came back and did the exact same thing to us, and they didn't get a call. I didn't really understand that. The ref was super picky about a rolling free kick here and there. I think we had to respot a ball 5 times before we finally let it play, which he was super picky about a ton of stuff. He also, at one point during the second half, called a stopped play on a quick throw-in of ours to give a yellow card to their coach, which we had the advantage. We played a quick throw. He blew the whistle after we threw the ball in. I thought that was idiotic. He seemed like he had no control over the game. He had no control over his emotions. He just did things willy-nilly, at his like just whatever he wanted to do, he did it at his own time and his own pace. Like I thought his reffing was incredibly inconsistent, and made for very frustrating little tidbits. But in the end, we won, so it really doesn't matter. I really wish the quality of the referees was much, much better than it was last season in the National League. But it's just not. It's extremely inconsistent. It's all over the place. 2 games ago was great. This game was terrible. So like it's painful. It's also painful just not knowing which rules are going to be enforced any given week, and like what they're going to let go and what they're not. Like I understand there are different refs with different styles, but there is a standard to what is called and what isn't, and uh that should be what refs focus on. It drives me nuts that they don't, and they seem to be extremely inconsistent a lot of the time. And hopefully that changes the further up the leagues we go, because it's incredibly frustrating to watch those kinds of things happen. What else? I mean, honestly, y'all, today was just so simple, like so easy breezy. I mean, there's nothing wrong other than Ford getting injured. I didn't really care for that. I hope that he makes a quick recovery. I love Anthony Ford and hope he returns to action very soon. In the meantime, we do have Jacob Mendy, who is a phenomenal player. He's turning into one of my favorite players. You can tell that he just hustles his butt all the way down the field, all the way down the pitch every single time. He makes some incredible moves. He's super athletic. Great addition. I think he's got the skills and the desire and the hustle to make it. If we keep getting promoted, when we keep getting promoted, I think he can. I think he can make it into the Championship League. I can't say that about everybody on our squad, but I think he has. I think he's got what it takes to make it, and either at least be on the bench, but possibly be a rotation player or even a starter from time to time. Yeah, and he's still pretty young, so like he's got a lot of room for growth, and I'm just excited to watch his career, and hopefully his career continue with us for many years to come. What else should I talk about this week? It was just I'm just so happy. Everything was just so dang good with this game. Mullen, it was easily his best game of the season. I mean, he had 3 very good goals. That second half goal where he just had a little touch around the defender, sprinted to the other side, and cranked it through the defender's legs and just around the goalie. That was a thing of beauty. There are very few people in League Two that can do that. And Mullen made it look so easy. That, yeah, that had to have been the highlight of the day if it weren't for Mendy's goal. Both of those. And honestly, the goal leading up to was it Mullen's first goal? Trying to think. I think the whole play leading up to Mullen's first goal, where we passed it, it was just one touch and some 2-touch passes, just boom, 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 pinballing, beautifully done, beautifully executed. Just incredible passing on our part, incredible vision, and putting the ball exactly where we wanted it, which we definitely don't always do. I mean, I just thought everybody gelled so well together today. I didn't think we had too many missteps, too many mistakes. Tozer played great. McLean played fine. George Evans played great. Lee had some shifty little moves that he pulled off that were incredible. Just everybody was on their game today. And I've been saying this since the third game of this season. We have enough quality players on our team to field two squads. And if we keep playing the way we did today, we cannot be beat. Today was a perfect example of what peak Wrexham is this season. And if we can figure out how to copy that, we're not going to be able to copy it every game. That's just not how sports work. But if we're able to duplicate what we did today for 60 to 80% of the games that we play, we will be going into League One, no problem at the end of this year. So I have absolute faith that we can do that. I'm not feeling pessimistic about anything with our team. The only thing I'm constantly wary of is injuries, because they just seem to pop up out of nowhere. And then all of a sudden someone's gone for like 6 months, and that kind of stuff can be devastating if it happens to a few crucial players. But we didn't have Mullen for the first 6 games, and we were like sixth in the league by the time he came back. So I think there are very few players who we can't compensate for in some way. One of my lights went off, so if you're watching this, apologies. There are very few players that we can't compensate for with different lineups, different starters, different formations. And Mullen is probably the hardest one to compensate for, but also our goalie. And let's talk about Okonkwo, because he made some fantastic saves. He didn't make any mistakes today. He's super Okonkwo. Like, he's super Okonkwo in goal. He's exactly what we need. And I'm going to repeat this every single time I talk about Okonkwo. We need to sign him as soon as is humanly possible. The moment we're able to, we need to sign him, because having a young stud goalkeeper that is signed to a long-term contract that we can rely on for the next 5 years would be a huge boost. Then you can base an entire defense around one guy and understand that he now has the authority to be able to tell people what to do. It is his team. We talked about this last week with Steve Irwin when he came on the show, or 2 weeks ago. Last week, I don't know, one of the last couple episodes, where I feel like it would give him the confidence and the maybe permission, even though he probably doesn't need it, permission to boss people around more, tell them what to do, be more vocal out on the field. And it would give us a solid foundation for building our club. We have him in the goal. We have Mullen up front. What more could you ask for? And we have Lee in the middle. I feel like those are our 3 anchors at this point. How can you beat that team? Like, if those are our 3 anchors and we surround them with some of the best people that we can afford and the best people that we can find, there's not going to be any stopping Wrexham. And it makes me very happy to say that. Today's going to be a little bit of a shorter episode. I want to go hang out with my family. I don't see them all that often. So I had to get an episode out before the end of November for a couple reasons. So apologies. I'll be putting out 4 episodes during December, but none of those episodes will be commenting on any of the matches played. I will not be recording any podcasts during December. I take December's off, and I take June off. Those are because I do a lot of podcasting, I do a lot of film work, I do a lot of stuff, and those are the 2 months where I stop most of my work, do projects around the house, do projects that, in life that need to be done that have been neglected for the past 5 months of me doing things like this nonstop. So, the episodes that will be coming out are 3 episodes of reviewing Welcome to Wrexham, the final 3 episodes of season 2. So those will be great. And then I shot an episode with my brother while I was here in Mississippi, where it's him giving his pitch as to why the FA Cup, despite how much he loves it, should probably be changed. And so I'm sure that one will get some commenters, some people who do not care for changing tradition. I think he's got some great ideas on how to make it work, how to make it better, how to improve the attendance and the viewership on television and streaming, and just build the overall excitement for the FA Cup. So stay tuned for that one. I believe it'll probably come out the week of Christmas, since there are some FA Cup games that happen around then. So I believe that'll be when that one comes out, and the rest of the episodes will be about Welcome to Wrexham season 2, the final 3 episodes. And then I'm still going to be interacting and posting things on Twitter and Instagram. So feel free to follow me there and comment and interact with me there, because I'm still going to be watching all the matches. I'm just not going to be doing any full-on podcasts about them. So you'll still get the red hot take, which is my short 1-minute story after we dominate whatever team we happen to be playing that week. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Go follow me on Instagram and Twitter, Wrexham Texan, and drop a like, leave a rating, leave a review. If you don't like what I'm doing, then at least if you're going to leave a rating, leave a review so you can tell me some constructive criticism on how to improve. Otherwise, I'll see y'all later. That's one other thing. If you want to come on the show ever, message me on any platform. You can also email me, director@peacefulseaproductions.com. I'm happy to have fans, opponent supporters, players, coaches, anybody involved with Welcome to Wrexham or documentary series about sports. Would love to talk to you. I believe we're going to have, actually, there might be 5 episodes coming out in December, because I'm having one of the cinematographers and drone pilots from season 1 of Welcome to Wrexham on. So hopefully that will happen in December as well. A lot to look forward to in December, despite not covering the matches. All right, y'all, that'll do it for this episode. Thank y'all so much for watching Up the Town.
Search my soul with all your heart, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. And if you knock my soul with all your strength, you're gonna find it. You're gonna find it.